you're not getting tremendous support from our current political system, with which you're very familiar. Why don't you share with our audience what you tried to do in the form of a resolution and what transpired?
Yes, this goes back to June when Richard Dreyfuss was one of the main performers in the annual Ford Theater Gala. He had dinner with Senator Reid, the majority leader. He also had a meeting with Mitch McConnell, the minority leader, during his time here in Washington. And he asked both of them, as he asks every public official, will you go on the record in favor of a more rigorous program of training our citizens, our young people, to be citizens? And they all said yes. And so he said, okay, I'm going to ask you to put that resolution forward in the Senate before Constitution Day. So over the summer, working with especially Senator Reid's majority office, we crafted a resolution. And having worked up on the Hill, not only as CAO, but I was a chief legislative assistant for several major members back in the 70s before going on with Reagan, I've drafted probably close to 34 bills, amendments, or resolutions that ended up being public law. So I know how to write these things, and I made sure it was as vanilla as possible. It didn't authorize a new program. It didn't imply money or resources. It just simply said September 17th is Citizenship and Constitution Day, which both were established formally by Senator Byrd, late Senator Byrd, back in 2004, and that in order to continue to keep the Constitution alive, we should be promoting and supporting a more rigorous training of young people in being citizens. And it had a few other words regarding the Dreyfuss curriculum and getting into some specifics, but it was basically a very vanilla mom and apple pie resolution. And then a couple weeks ago, we started getting a pushback as this thing went forward because they wanted to move it forward with unanimous consent if possible, because number one, it moves it faster, but also they wanted to have every member behind this. And the first thing that had to go was citizenship, because they said, well, the certain members on the Republican side would probably raise Obama's citizenship questions and other issues, or the illegal alien issue, and therefore we can't talk about Citizenship Day. And I said, but it's already in the law. It's already an established statute. And they said, can't do it. And I said, fine, get rid of it. What about? And I said, then go forward with the rest. And then a couple of days later, well, we can't go forward with the Constitution. I'm going, what? They said, well, there's some Tea Party members who are really concerned about how the government, and if we talk about embracing the Constitution, they may try to attack it and this and that. I said, okay, can we at least all agree that on September 17th, 1787, the Constitution was approved, and that was probably a good thing. and they said, let's get back to you. They got back to me a couple of days later and said, even that's too tough to get it done in time for the Constitution Day. So
there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Our House and Senate were not able to agree on the existence, I guess, and the importance of the United States Constitution. I wonder what they swear to.